Since this venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Ducks will put total leather and will get started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Line gets set, first down. Give to the running back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Third down play from the gun. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll throw on third and short. He tries to take the top off. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They'll throw it on first down. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Motion from the offense. Back to the air one more time. Fires to the wideout. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the six. Get the pick six.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This crowd's going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the option. He'll pitch it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He's looking for an open man on second down. Makes the grab. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Now on second down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Uncorks one to the middle. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on fourth down. Oh, man, this could have disaster written all over it. Going for it inside their own 40. On fourth down, going to the air. Fires fires downfield. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Wide receivers, they might at least have a hint of diva in them, right? Like they're always open, aren't they, according to them? And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback because when they do throw that hand up there, you want to throw them the football. You want them to have confidence. You want to force feed them. You want them to really have that confidence at an all-time high. Sometimes you force them a little bit too much. The defense takes advantage like they did right there.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Looking to throw on second down. Works the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Using his legs, it's McDonald. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw this route.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's turning it loose into the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Ducks in the hurry-up. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the 3rd 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
Second down coming up. DBs will try to keep everything in front. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line getting set on second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. On second down, he'll let it fly. He's going to take off. Keeps it and gets the first down. They run him out of bounds after a gargantuan gain on the play.
Penn State 10, Oregon 0.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Now on the option. Now the toss. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
Oregon, number 2, with the carry.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Wants to go up top. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working.
Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback checking off. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Throws to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't, and they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually say big plays on. The receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
On third down, going up top. Makes a connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
On second down, he'll fire. Finds his man in the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains for the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. quarterback and his unit is executing. In this defense right now, they have no answers.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Got room at the 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Wide receiver shows motion. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Might be looking to run. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Right on target this time. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Stop it when you've heard this before. First down. Now, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
The Nittany Lions are threatening on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. An 84-yard drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a... Going to take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Coming after it. Dances away. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it, and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
On 3rd down, he drops the quarterback now breaking the field. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Right down the middle. Fires into traffic, picked off. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback will audible. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Lets it fly. Got his man all by himself. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Defense just has to do a better job in coverage, guys. They did a great job taking away the quarterback's initial primary target, but then they left that guy completely wide open. Somebody busted on the back end.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. UCLA looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Going for it all. Makes the catch down the right side. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Number 29 in the end zone.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. They'll line up to go for 2. He'll set up to throw. Snares it outside. It's Boone. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Oregon, 12.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking left. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Going up top on 1st down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. It's complete. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Penn State. If he doesn't get you with his arm, he'll get you with his legs, or he might get you with both of them.
It stinks, man. Having to defend a guy like this that just, you think you're going to get him in the pocket. You got to play the first play where he might be throwing the ball from the pocket, and then he scrambles, and now you're defending the run and the throw down the field. It's kind of like rush hour back in the day. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really.
He's going to fire deep. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And again, that's the cardinal sin, playing the quarterback position, rolling out to the left as a righty and then trying to throw it back into the middle of the field. You're just making it too easy on the defense. You might complete one of those every 10 tries. Just not a good decision.
Looking to move it through the air. Floating away. He fires it out to the right. And he reels it in inside the 30. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Oh, and he missed it. No good. An opportunity to really build this lead goes by the boards, but it's still a 19-point game.
31, Oregon, 12.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. These corners going to give them some space. Getting some heat. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to crank up the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. He wants to throw. This time it's complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the knee.
And he's got it inside the 20. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The aerial assault continues. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. He's looking to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They'll go to the air. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Oregon 20.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They go to the ground. Sweet feet on the move. At the 35, he's loose. Smashes through. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
To the air on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that's a live ball. A defense scoops it up and they're bringing it back.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. Not over. And give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do once you get
going for the big play. Brings it down on the right side. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the misfire, now on second down.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll fire to his right. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, you dropped it? And off he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Navy is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 7 over Temple. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Forced out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive line to get to the QB.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Defense not showing press coverage. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
I know he didn't pick up the first down, but man, he makes this fourth down way more manageable. It's tough when you got fourth in Africa. Did a great job of making this manageable and keeping the playbook open.
You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going for the big play. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 89 with the grab and the score.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. Buys a little time. Throw to the end zone. Picked off.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Penn State 38, Oregon 26.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
To kick off.
Fair catch called for and made. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Fast motion from the offense. Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. And he breaks into the open. Made a defender miss. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he tacks on the extra point. going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Unleashes it on the run. It's complete. A huge pickup. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. They want to throw it. Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 7 in the end zone.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Quarterback moving. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
34.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Fires on the move. He's got it. At the 45, on his way. He finally steps out of bounds. A gigantic run that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Penn State 45. Oregon 34.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll go to the ground. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
16-yard line. 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Looks as if he's going to run it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. On target to the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Ducks want to move quickly. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to...
He lost one down the sideline. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. On the run, fires downfield. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
A strike downfield. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll line up for a second down play.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
They want that clock to run. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Penn State! And the punishment has been extended. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Cincinnati pulled out a win today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those Bearcat players. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're bringing heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Ducks are in the hurry up. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He had
all kinds of running room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
And they won't be able to connect downfield looking for a big-time play.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the fourth quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Pocket starts to collapse. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. On target. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Quick tempo here for the offense.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A first down for the offense. They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Working the middle, it's complete. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Wide out in motion. Second and 10. He'll throw again. This time he's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Oh, it's out. He picks it up, still on his feet.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, getting a first.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And he was able to get back on top of it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the foot.
You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. He's looking downfield to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Got room on the return. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the fourth. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People were fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite of what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for it.
So that's going to do it for us.